Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. Apologies for the semi-late start, but we're going now. Just loaded into the game. I've got some fun plans for this next habitat. Let me share that around. Let's pause. Get us actually in the game. So our reptile house, I'm pretty happy with this sign. I think I might want to add an edge to it. I'm trying to figure out, do I like it up there or do I want it more like so? Why does it feel like it's tilted? But we've got our red on yellow kill a fellow, our coral snake. So we've pretty much got the interior done. We just got to do some signage and stuff. We've got some pretty good terrariums in here, if I do say so myself. Can this go out any further? No. But yeah, that's not what we're going to work on today, really. We are going to work on some other habitats, and let me make sure that I get a poll going so that y'all can actually see it or be part of it. Dashboard, stream manager. Let's create a stream. And y'all can't see my gameplay because I'm on the wrong thing. Because I'm an amateur. Feels bad. Feels bad. Let's create a poll now. All right, now let me make the poll on YouTube. Start a poll. house, that's right. So go ahead and make your votes to see what we should be working on next. But we're going to start off working on that wild boar house. I think we want concrete. Thinking 30-degree angle. That's what I'm thinking. We'll just slide this over here. We've got a vote for bug house already. Interesting. I feel like these are going to be much better for this kind of purpose. Actually feel also like is this necessary? No, but I think it does make the everything a little bit more interesting. Let's go minimal, and we can always add more later. Minimal of the same shape, that is. Oh, these should all probably be in the same group, huh? Also, I don't trust this to be safe for a wild boar. Even though they're a little bit more sturdy than some other host stock. should make a few variations of this. So that they don't get too repetitive next to each other. But this is kind of the idea that we're going for here. And the reason we're not using the rustic ones is because they don't have a great repeating texture, so I want to try and make ones that don't rely on the one to the side of it necessarily. And I also wanted a little bit more 3D texture in to blow up my game. Kidding on that second one, I hope. I hope. Can we get some more of these just kind of stuck in here? Let's see, can I grab this? That rock we just won't be able to use a ton of. We are rotating, right? Yeah. Just didn't get a great rotation there, I guess. Doesn't look like much yet, but when it's finished, it's going to be a very nice stone wall, I hope. I say I hope. I know. It's going to look good. It looks like Bughouse won the poll on Twitch's side. Nothing on YouTube, so we'll be doing the bug house in just a short moment. Trying to see just how good we can get it to go. Let's see, can we fit anything in there? Yep. Feel like we're doing pretty good there. Yeah, that would have been not as fun. So this gets us some nice textures, so we can go over here. Let's grab the grout color first, because I realize now that it's not really the color that I want. And we'll be sure to add mud and stuff to it as well. Then let's grab stone color 3. We'll probably make most of the stones stone color 3. We're going to take stone color 2, and we're going to make a good portion of these stone color 2. And of course it's not telling me which ones I'm selecting, so I have no clue right now. And then we'll take stone color 1. This is going to be our rarest one. Put a couple here and there. And then I think we want to take grudge. And we're gonna grab the color here. Change the color on that. And just kind of Just gonna bring these all make it just a little bit more dirty. Now, of course, we can tidy up the edges to make it flow a little bit more with the pieces to the side of it. Yeah, that's looking much better. And then we can add some like mud pools or stuff like that to it. We'll see how we can make that work. Let me finish this wall variation and we can move on to the bug house, which is going to be something pretty cool. I've already built the bug house before, but it got deleted in the save, so it's pretty good there. We can maybe even add some moss here and there in the final version. Okay, one more thing. Is I want to grab this. So I don't actually want it all the way. Let's get this going. There we go. So now if we grab this, boom. Grab that color, apply it to this. If I steal that there, then we can start. This would be our this would be how we construct the next habitat. So we'd have different versions, but that will work. But let's get to work on the bug house / squirrel house. It has a little bit of both. Okay. So bark is going to be our kind of easiest. I think I am going to make it a little easier on myself than I did last time. We'll see. That's kind of what we're looking at for this stuff. 1 second. Let me do something. Yeah, it's fine. Again. Excuse me. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna make something like this. Trying to figure out if I like this or not. I think I did better with the original plan. Let's do that. Make it a little bit smaller than I did last time. Let's see. And do this the right way. See now. How narrow can we get this tree? So this is the entrance, right? Let's see. Can we grab Mr. Angry Vendor? Just that to about child height. And let's see just how many enclosures we need to make. For our boreal species. I know we need Carolina mantis, the the common walking stick, katydids, jumping spider. Hmm. Oh, what do I need enclosures for? I forgot the bot in the ZSU has been gone kaput. So I need Carolina mantis, the common walking stick, regal jumping spider, katydid. Could have sworn there's another one. The probably should have done this the smart way. So now, let's do it the smart way. So now, if we go bark, Hmm. Okay, we're kind of got something here. We just gotta cover up some of the seams. Hmm. Let's try something that doesn't. All right, now we've got this is a pretty good terrarium for a bug. Now we can say we probably want it a little bit lower than that. And so now okay, so this one feels a little bit more alive now. Thought these were all grouped together already. Oops. Let's see. Right, then it's actually pretty perfect right there. And we should be able to strip. Okay, we turn that off. Then boom. Boom. Selection points on these suck sometimes. Okay, I think I'm gonna just actually use that as a template. Let me see if I can get a species list. Oh, yep, we got it. Okay, so for arboreal species, we've got the giant katydid, Carolina mantis, common walking stick, so that's 3. We could do the eastern harvestman for 4. The grasshopper for 5. Another katydid, but that keeps it at 5. That's 6. Two, 3. 4. 5. 5. 6. Okay. that. Let's get this all lined in. All right, so we kind of got that in line. There's not a way to do this, really, is there? So I'm gonna have to do the trop. Um, let's grab this wood color here. And we're going to take a break from the bug house in a bit. I want to work on the wild boar. But I want to give a general idea of what it's going to look like. So I'll just place these in. Get this into place. We'll probably have to add more of these, but my brain's not ready for more of those. We'll probably do interconnected branches or whatever. That's the mental energy I've got right now. It just got used up on that. So let's get back to this. and use more mental energy. Probably easiest to get the big ones in first, eh? But each one of these will be able to be just a little bit different. Which is really gonna help. Differentiate or make it look more cohesive and different from each other in that it doesn't have a repeating pattern, is what I'm trying to say. I might sneeze any second now. It's just warned. Then in the end, if we have to add in more stone to make something look connected, we'll be able to do that. The whole key of this is that it's supposed to be as flexible as possible, which I think it's going to do pretty darn well. Like to get this boar exhibit mostly figured out by the end of this stream. More of these kind of figured out, placed in. can get an interesting variation in here. Just a few more pieces to finish this wall out. This is the same color, right? This seems darker. Yep. Okay, so now we make all the rocks this color. Then we grab this color. And we do about 33–40% of these. And then maybe another 10–20% of these. Then we do the grunge, which is probably the part that ties it in together the most. Focused up on this. I feel like we only need 2 versions. I feel like the third version might be a little redundant. I won't add like cracks and stuff just yet. We'll add that other stuff once we're done. Okay, now. That's making all the mistakes here. I like I don't need too big of an enclosure for them. To double check how many of them I've got. Mammals. I want to say 3. There we go. Should be domestic pig, feral hog. Yeah, 3 total. It's like maybe 2 more sections. Then we can just grab this. Just slowly inch it a little bit closer towards being in line there. think I might just keep it the way that it was. Let me... Come on, game. See if we can get this all in line. Honestly, probably should have just made the shape and then made that work, but you know, it is what it is. All this into the place. Right, let's keep on trucking this. Let's see. Can we do this? I guess we could just do it from this side. Actually, way easier. Can we get this all situated okay to where it looks pretty good? Hopefully nothing crazy will be up there. No, it looks pretty good. Pretty good. Like, it's gonna be a pretty small cage, but I just, because I don't think that they really want to give a big enclosure to a invasive species. But I feel like this is more than large enough for 3 wild boar. Maybe. Might actually expand it by twice. Yeah, that looks much more what I'd expect to see from a hoofstock enclosure. Especially considering they wouldn't be using the trench necessarily too much. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this going. I wonder how bad would it be if I did flattened terrain? Pretty bad. What if I changed it to like 2 meters? No. Let's see if we can get this garden going. is being a little difficult to do. All right, let's see if we can get anything interesting over here. This its own separate group. Then we'll do some loose gardening. Let's grab all of this. We'll make it blend in a little bit nicer in a bit. Then I feel like if I go here and I go confetti, probably going to be just easier to do this. Hopefully we'll be able to get some plants to cover most of this. That's this way. All right, let's get this going. These logs will kind of make the border of the path. Do it in on both sides. Very, I really do like how this path kind of sets everything together. Let's see. I want to see if we take habitat and we go mud. And then we can go habitat. Can we? Puts you pretty much eye level with the board, which is what I want. Unless they're in their pit, in which case it is a little bit more difficult to see them. But I guess the question is do we want to lower the fence? I don't think we do. 90% of the time it's going to work perfectly fine for us. The other 10%, I keep the game on paused anyway. Make sure that's nothing crazy. Okay, this is starting to look a little bit like something. It's what I'm obstructed by. That's okay. I don't need that anyway. I don't need it anyway. these paths back because I had everything just where I wanted it to be. There we go. This is what I was trying to turn off. Maybe like 3 this way. Hmm. Let's get this all situated. Let's just save this as a blueprint. see. All right, now let's grab this color. Let's make this that color. What happened there? Let's put the right color in. Make sure that's the right color because it looks a little bit too green. But it could always just be the rod being a slightly different color, which nah. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna think if there's a better piece for that middle rod, and I think there is. Actually. Alright. Now that fence looks a little bit better. Got Alright, let's see. Let's get this all moved into position. Alright, this is kinda coming together. So I should probably... Hey, how's it going, Forge? We're building a feral pig habitat. So, this is kind of what it's looking like right now. Basically, some nuisance boar in the area, and the zoo took them instead of them being killed, I guess. I'm still working on the lore a little bit, but this is kind of the habitat. Um, you probably saw this stuff. You didn't see some of this stuff. You probably saw bits of this on Bro Nation, but this is the herp house, and I tried to do coral snake patterning there. And then just kind of talk about the differences between like actual native wildflowers versus like butterfly bushes and how it's more helpful to butterflies to plant native plants than plants like butterfly bushes. And then we've got reptile house. We've got the venomous hall in there, which is a loose name for venomous hall, but we've got we got lizards in the center, and then snakes on the outside. And then... Oh, you mean like this? Yeah, I feel like this suits the theme a lot better than some of the other fonts in game. And then Venomous Hall, we've got the 6 venomous snakes of Alabama. Oh yeah, no, I like this a lot too. It's what I plan to eventually build for my tortoise. I currently have the very budget version of this, where it does not have this top portion at all, but it does have a hide. I guess it's probably, what, this is a meter long, so mine is a little bit larger in real life, but mine's 4 foot by 8 foot. So yeah. So the 6 venomous snakes. I'm trying to think of what else I've built. I've started working on redoing the squirrel habitat, which they need to get moved back in so that it actually looks reasonably sized. And then we've got our bobcat habitat in here. Is that same one? Oh, nice. Unfortunately, that is illegal in my state, which I did not know when I had one as a pet. If you have a box turtle, you're allowed to keep one, but that's just a grandfather law. You're not allowed to buy, sell, or possess box turtles in my state, even if they're captive bred. It's quite upsetting. Oh, and then I don't think too many people have seen this, but this is my sandhill crane, white-tailed deer, and eastern wild turkey. Tried to do a pretty simple bridge. I might need to add a little bit more support to the base of it. I'm not quite sure. And I'll probably do some detailing on the edges there. Yeah, this area is coming together. Let's get back into this. Coming together. I'm gonna be maybe in your neck of the woods in the near future, in May. I'm gonna go into the Chattanooga Zoo and Aquarium. If God will it and the creek don't rise. But I've got the last 3 weeks of my parental leave. Yes, I was doing a Google Earth walkthrough, um, and that was an inspiration for it. I'm really excited to see that enclosure. Also very excited because the zoo is free if you have a membership to any AZA zoo, which is going to be great. And I'll get... Yeah, I saw their stuff, and it's like they don't have a ton of species. They've got a few rarities, and then just a few. Oh, when I looked up the reciprocity program, it said 100% for Chattanooga Zoo. The aquarium, it was the one that it didn't, unless maybe it. But it also said that until April. Oh, hmm. I think it changes in May anyway, so I'll have to check. I don't think the ticket price was that much anyway. But the aquarium's the one I'm most excited about because there's so many rare species in the Tennessee aquarium. Honestly, but it's of the Georgia. Huh. Interesting. That's just rude. Just incredibly rude. They better not do that to me at the North Carolina Zoo. Yeah, we're going for my brother's birthday, and we're going with my parents, which basically means the trip is free for me no matter what happens, probably, but especially because they get to take the grandbaby places. But I definitely would prefer them not to spend money on both of them. I don't like making my parents spend money. Alright, let's get some of these in just to break up the pattern. Oh yeah, I forget about that. I need to go to Nashville, because really, the Nashville Zoo looks really amazing. Especially in terms of like their spectacled bear enclosure. I also need to go to Atlanta. There's a lot of zoos I need to go in the area. Ooh. I don't know if you have, but have you been to the Audubon Zoo in New Orleans? Nice. Yeah, I doing a walkthrough. Gotcha. It's, every time I see like top 10 zoos in the US, it pretty consistently gets like in the top 10, but a Google Earth walkthrough did not leave me incredibly impressed, but maybe it didn't cover every area, maybe it was outdated. I try not to put too much weight on Google Earth walkthroughs because they can be so, they can only give you a bit of like the zoo's like experience, but it is helpful for me to kind of get an idea. That's true. I mean, that's a fair approach to it. They do have a sun bear, so that would be one of the only places I could go to see a sun bear. But yeah, that's true. I mean, it got. I think Dorley Zoo was pretty consistently number one, which I mean, probably fair. Bronx and National Zoo pretty high. North Carolina Zoo always scores pretty highly. Um, I think there's only three sun bears zoos in the U.S. right now, if I'm not mistaken. So that would mean, unless one of them died or a zoo got rid of them, that would mean, wait, well, maybe there's four. I'm trying to think. There's not many. That's what I know. I Yeah, I think from what I've heard, it may just be the like consistently like everything in the Henry Dorley Zoo is really really good, whereas like from what I've heard, ah, I didn't know San Diego had them. I know Audubon, I think it's Miami-Dade, or maybe it was Tampa, and then Atlanta. I don't remember if I saw them when I was in Atlanta, um, but it's been a while since I've been to the Atlanta Zoo. And back when they had pandas. Okay, this is going to be a really cool looking habitat, I think. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Atlanta's 2 hours away, so I can go and see them without too much difficulty. Plus, I'd like to see their new reptile house. What's my next step? I should probably. I'd love to go to the Miami Zoo because yeah, that's what I think I've heard from zoo tours. Oh, that's right. That's what I was gonna do. We still want to decal this up a little bit. Yeah, Georgia Aquarium's probably the. I mean, in the southeast, if you want to knock out a ton of rare species, Georgia Aquarium or the Tennessee Aquarium are probably your best bets. Trying to think of it, other southeast zoos that have rarities. My zoo, the Birmingham Zoo, is pretty good in terms of birds. We have some rarer birds. Like I'm trying to remember. Well, let me just pull it up. Life list. Oh, I haven't pulled it up on this computer. Google Sheets. Life list. So, Asian giant toads are one of the more rare species. Um, oh yeah, no, I was mainly talking about the aquarium for Atlanta. The biggest thing at Atlanta would be the sun bear. Their aquarium though with like whale sharks and has promise to it. I think they've got some other species. I think they have some shark species that are only found in Atlanta as well. But yeah, for species at my zoo that have less than 5 holdings, we've got the Asian giant toad, black-billed magpie, cave beauty snake. Okay, that looks like that's it. But then, like, Cops Sicilian is pretty rare, Jambu fruit dove, Brahma chicken, buff-crested bustard. Trying to remember what wreathed. Birmingham Zoo used to have African wildcats, which I didn't realize were super rare until, of course, I didn't realize they were super rare until they were gone. And Grant's gazelle, which again, another a species that you don't immediately go, oh yeah, that's a super rare. I think currently, I mean, look up zoo tier list, but I think African wildcats are only found in one zoo currently. Oh, it looks like there's two different species. No? What was it? Birmingham Zoo. Past holdings. Okay. Wildcat, where wildcat is one word, apparently makes a difference. It currently is held only at Omaha. Yeah. I wonder if Omaha's is the one that we used to have, or if ours just got old. That's probably more likely. Gonna need to start wrapping up. Just put a few more decals around. Grab some moss decals in a bit just to tie it together. But my local zoo just got a bent wrong, which... But yeah, my zoo has a secretary bird, which is... I forget also, the ZTL is not very up to date for my local zoo. Because they also have Perdido key beach mice, which are rare, and I've still never seen them. They're very good at hiding. Oh, that looks like moss. That actually looks like moss. As opposed to the weird green shade that they... You mean the secretary bird? Yeah, the secretary bird is awesome. And I did not realize they were so rare in zoos again until I just shared some pictures in the ZSU group, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you saw a secretary bird in North America?" I was like, "Yeah, my zoo's had a secretary bird off and on for a while." I need to use this moss other places because I really do like this moss decal. The color here actually works, in my opinion. Maybe it's it's mixed in with the dirt. Yeah, me too. This isn't necessarily it, but let me see if I can just send it to you. That's it, but let me just DM you. Uh, I think this is close. I don't know if it would be the full... You'd probably want a slightly more red tinge. Now I want to. Oh, I forgot. Yes, it's moss. Now I want to know. I definitely tried to replicate it. Did I actually? Because there's been so many different attempts at this wetlands area. I don't think. No, wait. Hold on. I definitely tried to do it with this, the stalactites, because that was my first approach to try and get like the red river banks that you kind of see. I can share that as well if you want. You can obviously tweak that. But yeah, getting colors right in Planet Zoo is sometimes just like the bane of my existence. Just making sure that all the colors actually match what you want it to look like. Because then stuff will, of course, different materials has different ways that it colors for the oddest reasons. I think that's going to have to be it for tonight. I would like to grab some of these, and I'll probably do this off camera, maybe tomorrow morning. Get some wear and tear in here, but this was my version of trying not to use the rustic walls and burn my computer instead. But thanks for tuning in. I do appreciate it, and hopefully this habitat will come along nicely. I think it's starting to go in the right direction. And this is my first time really building for pig species, so in a realistic manner. So I'm trying to make sure that I don't put too many plants in here. But that's going to have to be it for today. Again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you later.